Good evening and welcome to South Portland High School for another Thornton Academy football DATV broadcast. I am Jeff Christianberry alongside Cal Cristoforo with Jake Paulette on camera. Thanks for joining us tonight. It is finally feeling like fall, Cal, as last week Thornton Academy hosting Massabesic. It was in the 80s and felt like the middle of summer. Now fall has descended upon us, and we're here on the road for a matchup between the 1-2 Red Riots and the 3-0 Thornton Academy Golden Trojans. South Portland with a win over Massabesic, though it was a very close one in overtime, and losses to Scarborough and Bonnie Eagle. What are your thoughts coming into this game tonight?
Well, South Portland's played some tough teams. They beat the team they should have beat, which is Massabesic, and they've lost to the two of the best three teams in Class A South. So this could be a pretty good one here today. South Portland does have those two losses, but those two teams they lost to are pretty good teams.
And of course, Thornton Academy has rolled their three opponents to the tune of, 180 to 14, something that abouts. So looking to continue that tonight. Certainly on paper, a mismatch. South Portland also without some of their key players, which seemed to be a theme so far this year. But G's got to take care of business tonight. Of the three running backs, again, we ask this every week. Grant Dow, Isaac Opheliu, and Julian Bailey Calder. Which one are you looking for tonight to maybe have a big game? It seems, again, if you had to say, Isaac's probably the one who has the most carries, and if you had a playoff game right now, would get the most looks.
I agree. I think Isaac's a guy. He runs hard, man. When he hits that hole, he's full steam ahead. So I think he's going to get the touches tonight and going forward.
We're about ready for kickoff. Looks like South Portland won the toss, and they will receive. When you're the underdog, you really have to take that ball and try to score. Great crowd on hand. Thornton Academy, they must take up about 75% of the stands here at South Portland, at least at kickoff. Late arriving crowd. I got to compliment unbelievable snack bar here at South Portland. One of the best burgers I've ever had at a football game. That includes Gillette Stadium. Got to say that. Hats off to them. So they win that category. We'll see how they do.
Well, that's good to know.
You'll see how they do on the field. So for the play-by-play, here's Cal Cristoforo.
Well, thank you, and it's Brady Forbes to kick off. He's done a great job doing the kickoff duties all season long. Long kick, and it's going to go into the end zone. Kind of had the wind at his back, but Brady Forbes drills it right through the back of the end zone, and the Red Riots will set up on the 25-yard line.
I was down on the field before the game. The wind is very strong, not just up here in the booth, but also down on the field. Very strongly going kind of diagonally toward the end zone that ball went to, so no surprise there that Forbes puts it through for a touchback. And out come the Thornton Academy defense, who is as many points as this offense has scored. The defense has been the most impressive. Tommy Palmer having an outstanding season so far, as well as Costa Geekas coming in. And those linebackers, Cole Paulin and Ian Patry, have been very solid. The secondary hasn't been tested too much, so we'll see if maybe South Portland tries to air it out here early in the game. Again, they don't have much to lose here as they are the big underdog.
Well, it's Anthony Poole. He'll be the quarterback for the South Portland Red Riots. He's in the shotgun. Motion man, he'll keep it up the middle, looking for places to go, but there's just nowhere to go. Swallowed up by the Trojan defensive line.
Defensive end came from the backside and kind of blew up that play. That's the speed that you see on the edge. And Dan Tarbox is also one of those defensive ends. And with those guys, if they set the edge correctly, it's very difficult with their speed to try to get through the hole. You're going to have the really fast runner. The problem is you kind of swallow you up because then the linebackers can step up when it's a running play. And with Paulin and Patry, very unlikely you're going to get by them without at least getting nicked a little bit at the second level.
South Portland switching up the formation. Watching this South Portland team in warm-ups, their offensive line is definitely outsized by this Trojan defensive line. Pool to pass, it's complete over there on that left sideline to a screen pass. Number 23, Josh Frank with the catch. Short gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd and long for South Portland.
It's the kind of play that South Portland's going to need to run a lot because the running game is just not going to be there. I mean, maybe something will happen, but no team has been able to run the ball consistently on Thornton Academy this year, and it's really on the edge where maybe, especially when you have the ball on the right hash, maybe throwing to the left, and maybe now that's on the left hash throwing towards the right. We'll have to see if they try to utilize that. But a 3rd down and about 6, not the situation South Portland wants to be in. And they're going to have to play pretty flawless football here to score some points on these Golden Trojans.
Big 3rd down here, especially when you have to punt into the wind this early in the game. The Trojans, who scored 2 punt return touchdowns last week, looking for some good field position here early. Kaden Horton's a motion man. Poole's going to come out, roll out. He's going to look for Horton. It's complete. Cuts back to the middle of the field and picks up a South Portland 1st down. Good play right there. Poole to Horton is a completion and a South Portland 1st down.
Well, I mentioned they're on the left hash mark over there, and that's the kind of play you want to run, a rollout. As long as the quarterback is fast enough to get away from the defensive ends that come through. Good, solid play there. And honestly, there's some teams who have struggled to get a first down against this Thornton Academy team in the whole game without getting a penalty. So good play there by South Portland. And it's interesting, you said they started at the 25. They actually started at the 20-yard line in high school for touchbacks. I think it's just the NFL that happens.
Well, it's Poole in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw again. He's got to complete again over there. That's Frank again. He picks up about a 4 or 5 yard gain for South Portland as they continue to move the ball down the field in the air.
You know, it's a strategy that we talked about a little bit here just a few minutes ago, and it seems to be the one that is the best chance of succeeding, getting some yards, and at least getting field position. And if you're an underdog like South Portland, I mean, you want to get yards, you want to get points, but you want to control the clock. And a 5-6 minute drive, even if they don't get points early on, is still a win for them, instead of going 3 and out, giving it to Bracamonte on the punt return.
South Portland moving the ball down the field. Horton is the motion man. The give's going to be up the middle that time and nowhere to go. It was Keenan Jones, the handoff right up the middle, and just swallowed up by that TA front.
Cole Paulin busted the gap. Nobody was there for South Portland. Big hit by the junior, and that's a big loss by South Portland, and that's going to be the problem. You know, the out routes and the little rollouts, I mean, it's going to get you some yards, but can you do that consistently? That's going to be pretty difficult for them. Because when they try to run the ball, as you saw, that these guys, the linebackers can cheat up, and because guys like Tanner Lynn, Kostakikis, and Tommy Palmer take up so much space, and they usually swallow up the 5 offensive linemen, that leaves a lot of room for the defensive ends and the linebackers to step up and make the play.
3rd and 9 for South Portland. Let's see what they can do right here. And looks like they will be backed up some more.
Delay game, yep.
Delay of game against South Portland. That's a big penalty, making this 3rd and 9 back to a 3rd and 14. South Portland has used the intermediate passing game so far, so let's see if they pick up a big 3rd and 14 down here. Have to go for a little bit further pass in the air.
Well, they're going to regret this if they don't get a first down. They had a 2nd down and about 6, which is manageable, even if you get a couple yards on each play. But now, after a big loss on 2nd down and a penalty pre-snap on 3rd down, you're looking at 3rd and 14, and you can throw a deep ball, I guess, maybe, or try some kind of rollout, try to get some yards before you have to punt.
Poole will take the shotgun snap. He'll throw it to screen pass. Number 3, Cole Belladvives, and he gets nowhere. Picks up about 2 or 3 yards on the play, but it's still going to be a 4th and long for the Red Riots, and they'll be forced to punt.
I believe that's Ethan Geekus. 12 came up and made that play. And another good design play by South Portland, just not enough as Geekus came up. And if he didn't make that tackle, it could have been a first down and more for South Portland. Interesting to see what they do here, because last week, Massabesic struggled stopping the punt return and started just kicking the ball straight out of bounds. Wouldn't be surprised if they try that here, and they're only about 20 yards back from the line of scrimmage.
The punt will bounce back in the middle of the field. Looks like Kaden Horton was looking to angle it out of bounds, but it will pump back and be down at the Trojan 38-yard line, and that's what Kobe got at in this offense. Will pick it up.
It's about as good as you can get for South Portland right there. No return. It looked like he was going to the sideline, kind of curved back in. So, but, overall, South Portland's not going to be terribly disappointed in that drive. They took a few minutes off the clock, and it's not unbelievable field position for the Trojans, but they're going to have to see what they can do to stop this potent offensive attack. One thing I'm going to see if Thornton Academy maybe tries it out, they haven't tried airing it out too much deep. They're doing a little short and intermediate, but they need to start having a threat of the deep ball when they get into the meat of the schedule here later on.
The Trojans will start in the pistol. It's Bailey Cottle behind Gaudette. He'll get the handoff right at the middle, cuts it to the right side, makes the cut back to the middle of the field. He's got a first down and more. He's got separation. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Thornton Academy. Julian Bailey Cottle, 62 yards into the end zone, and the Trojans start early.
So after all that work that South Portland did getting the ball, the first play right up the middle, right to the teeth of the South Portland defense. And Julian Bailey Cottle, who's been he hasn't got the ball as much as Isaac, and that time he made best with made the best with what he got and goes 62 yards to the house. Great start by the Trojans.
Well, when you line up in that pistol set, you can go either side. Went to that right side, cut back to the middle of the field. Brady Forbes' extra point is up. Line drive kick, tipped, but it still goes in. And the Trojans, with 7.5 minutes to go in this first quarter, lead South Portland 7-0 here on TATV. Julian Bailey Cottle opens up the scoring with a big run for the Thornton Academy Trojans. Trots in from 62 yards. And South Portland offense looked pretty good on their first drive. just stalled with a loss on a running play and a big penalty, and they'll get the football back needing an answer quickly.
We expect this kickoff to be close to the end zone, most likely, as it was in the first time.
Well, Brady Forbes can get down there without the wind, and when you get the wind at his back, needs a holder to hold the ball for him as it came off the tee with the wind. Not sure if that's going to affect him at all.
Yeah, they don't practice as much in practice, kickoff practice, I can tell you that much.
Forbes still with a good kick. It's got to be received that time. Thought he went back into the end zone. That's Keenan Jones, and he should have let it go into the end zone as he only gets out to about the 11 or 12 yard line, as South Portland's going to have a long, long field to go if they want to tie this game up.
Well, again, I think there's a new rule this year where if you catch it and then go back into the end zone, it's not a touchback like it has been in the past. However, I think you're right. He probably should have let that one just bounce. Though it's easy to say that, but it's risky because, again, once that thing bounces, it's a live football. And if it took a bad hop and the other team got it, I think the coach would be very happy with him. But anyway, bad field position here for the Red Riots. They're going to need a big play here just to get some breathing room.
Yeah, they'll set up at their 13-yard line. If I'm South Portland, the run I'm mixing in, not the pass. I'm going heavy pass. I'm only mixing in that run. It's Poole. He'll be in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Keep it. Cut back field. Try to cut back. Looked like a little room, but nothing there. Swallowed up. Only about a 2-yard gain on the play. It's going to be a 2nd and 8 for the Red Riots.
What's the problem has been for the offenses that Thornton Academy has played so far is just the lack of natural speed. And that's why it's so fascinating when Thornton Academy plays Scarborough in a few weeks and you see Jared Flaker. He's got so much speed that kind of cutback would actually work against this Thornton Academy defense. I mean, heck, it works against any defense because that kid is lightning fast. But up until this point, you haven't been able to cut back because there's always somebody on the backside. Thornton Academy doing a great job. Nick Tabor with the defensive line so far.
Poole to throw. It's a quick pass behind Josh Frank, but he still catches it and gets a small gain for South Portland. Only about a 2-yard pickup. It's going to be 3rd and 6 for South Portland.
Coach Kiesel's got to be happy so far with the way his edge players on defensively are playing. That was Grant Dow on that play, open field tackle. The last thing that the thing that coaches hate the most is when their cornerbacks play soft, which they're supposed to sometimes, but then can't make the open field tackle. Great tackle there. Before by Ethan Geekus, this time by Grant Dow.
Horton will come in motion. He's the big tight end. Poole's going to throw as a flag flies. His pass is incomplete. Looking for Horton that time.
I think it's probably going to be a legal procedure the way that he threw that flag. Probably not enough guys on the line of scrimmage. And I think Thornton Academy can just decline this and force a punt.
That's exactly what they do as Coach Kiesel declines, and South Portland will be forced to punt.
That's the kind of drive you can't have there. Again, I hate to just harp on the clock so much, but you only took a minute off the clock there. And now Thornton Academy's going to get it back real quick.
Poole's looking for Horton. That's his big tight end. That's going to be his favorite target going forward. They've hooked up for a couple of touchdowns this season. He's also the punter. T's going to get good field position here regardless. Horton will angle it out of bounds. It'll bounce back in. It's going to be at only about the 34-yard line, and TA will have great field position to open up their second drive.
It's kind of like pick your poison. I mean, that's what we thought that teams were going to do a lot earlier in the year, is just not punt to Bracamonte or Gakis for that matter. And that's what you're going to get. I mean, you're in high school. You're not going to have the best quality of punting anywhere. And when you try to angle it out of bounds and you don't kick it as hard, that's the thing. What the kickers don't realize, you got to kick it as hard as you can, just angle it a little bit differently. If you try to kick it a little lightly, that's what's going to happen. Now TA in great field position.
Isaac Afilu in there, running back. He's to the right of Kobe Gaudet. He'll take the snap. Afilu will get it right at the middle, and he's dragged down. Good play right there. That was number 64, Nate Ellington, who ripped down Isaac Afilu from behind, and only be about a 2-yard gain for Isaac.
Small victories right now for the Red Riots, and that was just a 1-yard gain. They need to go play-by-play here, try to get Thornton Academy a 4-and-out and get the ball back.
Definitely 4-down territory here for the Trojans. Bracamonte will join Afilu, this time to the left side of Kobe Gaudet. Gaudet, he'll take the shotgun snap, he'll hand it to Bracamonte, he'll cut back, he's got an open field, makes one guy miss, cuts back to the inside, and he will go out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. good cutback run there by Anthony Bracamonte as the Trojans continue their ground attack.
Coach Agressi loves those cutback runs, especially with someone like Bracamonte's speed, because and you're only relying on one blocker, and that time I believe it was Derek Medor, number 40, out front, and just kind of let Bracamonte do his thing. And it's just so crazy. He had 5 guys within about 2 yards of him and somehow didn't get tackled. He just ends up out of bounds, gets a few yards. First and goal from the Trojans. Unfortunately, you don't get the Jim Toomey special, which is 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line because you can get a first down without a touchdown.
Trojans will be at the 9. They will have a 1st and goal. Gaudette will take the shotgun snap. He'll look for Anthony Brocking on a quick screen. One-on-one, makes a move, and he is into the end zone. That's a play the Patriots run with Cordell Patterson off the speed. Off to this left side, make the one guy miss, go into the end zone. It's Gaudette to Bracamonte as the Trojans expand their lead.
This is not fair. As soon as you caught that ball, you just knew the defensive back had no chance. Just a great play by Thornton Academy. Bracamonte is such a special player as we've seen this year. He scores it on the ground, through the air, punt returns. Absolutely a Fitzpatrick Award candidate in my mind because he's a great kid if you don't know him off the field. And he's just putting up some gaudy numbers so far here early in the season.
Forbes' kick is blocked again, and it is good again. Twice Brady Forbes' extra points have been blocked, but he's 2 for 2 as the Trojans lead 14-0 here on TATV. Well, the Trojans' offense looks like the well-oiled machine they are here early. 2 touchdowns in the first 7 minutes, and Brady Forbes will be back to kick off again for the 3rd time here in this first quarter. The win still at Brady Forbes' back. Another good kick by Forbes, and this one's going to go into the end zone. Another touchback by Brady Forbes, and the Red Riots will set up at the 20-yard line.
See what South Portland can do here. You have to think they came in with a couple plays that they thought would work, and they've got some gainers. It's not as dire as we've seen some of the other teams so far this year where they really just couldn't move the ball at all. If you look at that Deering game and even last week against Massabesic, but South Portland's been able to move the ball a little bit. Got a first down there on the first drive. Since then, it's just so crazy how quickly. I want to say 8 football plays ago, it was 0-0 and they had a 2nd down and 5 at about the 35, 40-yard line. And since then, a loss on a run, a penalty, a punt, touchdown, 3 and out, punt, 3 plays, touchdown. How quickly it can slip away here in the first quarter.
That's how fast things go when you play this Trojan team. Poole will hand it off to Josh Frank on the jet sweep. He gets a pretty good gain. About a 6-yard pickup for Frank on first down, and the Red Riots will be looking at a 2nd and 4.
Well, you're going to see a lot of different looks, and I think Coach Kiesel was, you kind of take the first quarter and see what they're going to give you. And some jet sweeps maybe that they haven't put on film knowing this game was coming up. Decent gain there by the Red Riots. Again, 2nd down and about 5. Let's see what they can get here. Get a first down and get some clock going and get some field position back.
South Portland has been putting a lot of guys in motion here early. This time, Horton will switch fields. Pistol set for South Portland. The gives right up the middle to Keenan Jones, and absolutely nothing there as Jones gets dropped for a 1-yard loss, and the TA front continues to impress.
I think it was Palmer, and I just don't think South Portland's going to be able to run the ball up the middle. You just can't do it against this Thornton Academy defense. They're going to have to run on the edge and take your chances. The problem with running on the edge is you have more potential for a really big loss because if you have the defensive end, someone like Dan Tarbach setting the corner, you're going to have to go around him. He's a big body. And if the speed comes up from Paulin, Patry, or maybe a cornerback, you can be in some big trouble. That's the risk-reward about running on the edge, but they're going to have to because they can't run it up the middle.
It's going to be a 3rd and 6 for South Portland. Poole will take the snap. He's going to roll out, and he's on the run. Poole looking to set and throw. He's going to go deep, underthrown, one-on-one coverage out there, and just goes out of bounds harmlessly. Eli Arsenal had the coverage on number 23, Josh Frank, and that ball was way underthrown. Luckily for Poole, it goes out of bounds and no interception, but the Riots will be forced to punt once again.
Not a terrible play call there. I mean, it's already 3rd and long. It's probably, if you get intercepted, it's probably about where the punt would go anyway in a perfect world. But just, you can't throw the ball that high in a wind like this. And it's kind of lucky that Eli didn't turn around earlier, could have gone and picked off that ball.
Eli had some running room there as Horton to punt again. This time a higher punt. Bracamonte is going to be able to field this one, but he catches it on a fair catch and muffs it, and it's going to be picked up by South Portland. Bracamonte called in for the fair catch. and he muffs the punt. It's picked up by number 71, Caleb Viola, and the Riots are back in business as they'll get the ball on their own 49-yard line.
Really got to attribute that to the wind. I mean, Bracamonte looked like he was under it, and that wind took it at the last minute, and it shorted him. And not a great play there by the senior. But I mean, the wind definitely had a part of it, but he should have known that. And I'm surprised Coach Kiesler didn't just say, just let it bounce in this crazy wind right now. But hey, South Portland now get a chance to get some points on the board as they get great field position.
Well, South Portland will set up. They got a short field now. Let's see if they can move the ball. I expect some more rollouts here. Get Poole in the space. He's going to go right up the middle looking for some running room. Just nothing there. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. But just nowhere to go running the football. You cannot just keep doing that against this TA front.
No, they can't. But again, you can't keep going on the edge either because those defensive ends are going to start cheating up and they're going to get some big losses. And it must be said, though, Thornton Academy's defense has been on the field almost this entire quarter. So we're down to, I believe, about 2 minutes. The scoreboard has some lights out, so it's a little tougher. No, I'm sorry. Now it's 3 minutes to go. But we'll see how this TA defense is. They'll rotate some guys in here. You see Dan Tarbuck's playing a little bit off the line of scrimmage here, thinking it might be a rollout.
Poole will take it. A design quarterback run to the left side. He'll get about 3 yards as he's tripped up by Thomas Palmer over there. About a 4-yard pickup on the play, and South Portland's looking at a 3rd and 6 again.
Decent play there by the Red Riots. They just need to put 4 or 5 decent plays there together. And we haven't seen anybody break off a big play, really, against this #1 Thornton Academy defense. Sometimes when the backups have come in, there have been a few big plays, but really nothing of consequence against these ones.
Not a lot of good drives put together either. They haven't been stressed down in the red zone or anything. It's going to be the same play to the other side. Poole cuts it back, and he'll pick up the first down for South Portland. That's just the same design off-tackle quarterback run, but he cuts it back inside. It picks up a first down for South Portland as a flag flies at the end of the play.
You think it's going to be on Thornton Academy. Face mask. See if it's a 5 or a 15. 5-yard face mask variety. So South Portland in business here at the 35 or so, probably 34-yard line of Thornton Academy.
South Portland's got about 2 minutes to go in this first quarter, and then they switch fields, and they'll be throwing with the wind as opposed to against the wind. Horton will join Poole in the backfield. The give is going to be a fake handoff rollout. Poole on this right side looking for guys. He's going to be thrown behind, intended for number 4, Isaac Sobey, and it's way behind him, and South Portland will have a 2nd and 10.
You don't hear it often, but that was a beneficial incomplete pass because Ethan Geekes had sniffed out that route, and he would have picked that ball off if it was on target. So good play by South Portland being inaccurate on that play. Or it would have gone the other way to the Trojans. That's one thing they can't do. They can't turn the ball over against this TA team, and so far they've had decent ball security.
It's going to be a toss sweep. It's Josh Frank looking to get the edge, and he just does not get there. Good tackle there by Grant Dow. It'll be about a 2-yard gain, 1-yard gain for Frank, and South Portland is back looking at a familiar 3rd and long.
Dan Tarbuck's made the play there. So much speed for a guy his size. He didn't make the tackle. Kind of gonna probably give him a half tackle there, but he forced him so far wide, he wasn't able to turn the corner, get upfield. Great play there by the sophomore Dan Tarbuck.
If you're South Portland, I'm thinking this is 4-down territory.
No question.
Against this South Portland, against this TA defense, I should say. Line up in the pistol this time as Jones is right behind Poole. Horton is the motion man. Poole's going to drop back the pass, looking for Horton up the seam. He's open. Just to overthrow as Horton gets hit by Ethan Geekes. Just a quick seam pass, looking for the big tight end there as it falls incomplete. And now it's decision time for the South Portland Red Riots.
I don't think there's any question they're going to go for it. 5 looks like he's a little shaken up here in the near sideline, so he's might have to come out this play.
Well, he's their big tight end target.
He got hit pretty hard on that play.
He's the guy they want to get the ball on these big downs. The offense will stay out there because Horton is their punter.
Yeah, especially when they're against the wind here. There's no question they're going to go for it. I wouldn't be surprised to see some seamer out over the middle or maybe even a rollout to the left here. Remember, on the right hash mark, they get a lot of room to roll out to the right, but it's hard to throw across your body like that.
Poole will stay in the pocket. Quick throw is low and incomplete, and South Portland will turn it over on downs. Another big job by the TA defense as the Trojan offense will get the ball back.
Not much a play for success there. It's a really tough throw to throw it all the way across the length of the field there and not get your wide receiver killed. But good stop by the TA defense and see if their offense will come back and maybe even eat some clock a little bit here. I don't think you want to just keep scoring so quickly as this defense could use probably a breather.
Well, the way they're running the ball right now, not sure the offense will be out there very long if they continue this up. One minute and 24 seconds remain in the first quarter. It's Bailey Caudill back out there. He'll line up to the left. Now we'll switch to the right of Kobe Gaudet. Bracamani is the motion man. He will fake the jet sweep. Kobe Gaudet will keep it up the middle, and he'll get a good gain on first down of about 5 yards.
We'll see if they kind of mix it up here on offense. We've seen pretty much only Bracamani and the running backs, and we see Ethan Gigas coming into the game right now as well. It's the first run by Kobe Gaudet, the junior. New jerseys again for Thornton Academy. Still no pants. Adidas kind of slow with their pants, but the new white jerseys look very nice here tonight at South Portland.
Bracamani in motion again. This time, just kidding, same play. I was going to say gets it on the jet sweep. Kobe Gaudet, though, keeps it up the middle once again. Same exact play, Gaudet. A little more unsuccessful this time, only picks up the 1 yard.
Well, that was such a good fake. The Bracamani, just as Gaudet the whistle was blowing, Bracamani was getting tackled on the far side because the defenders really thought that he still had the ball. So good fake there, but not a whole lot of yards.
With a guy like Bracamonte, the defense also always has to be wary of him. So can't blame him for going after us. The Trojans will have, I believe, their first third down of the game. 3rd and 5. Let's see what Kobe Gaudet can do. He'll take the snap, look the pass. He's going to throw it to Rain Bagadoo. He knows where the marker is. And it's ripped away by Poole. And it's got to be South Portland football. Rain Bagadoo had the first down on the reception as Poole just rips it out. And South Portland gets another takeaway as they'll get the ball back.
Well, his play just can't make it for Bagadoo. I mean, it's a tough play because he's being held up on the ground, so he can't move, and the guy just comes in and just rips it out. He just wins the physical battle. That's why, no matter what position you are, you need some strength and work on your strength in football. And again, another turnover by the Trojans, and here comes the TA defense yet again back on the field.
Kaden Horton continues to be on one knee on this South Portland sideline. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Poole will be in the shotgun. Jones to his right. Poole's going to keep it up the middle on the zone read, and he'll get it out to the 41-yard line. Good pickup on first down of about 4 yards. As the horn sounds to end the first quarter, your score after 1, it's Thornton Academy 14, it's South Portland 0 here on TATV. South Portland will have a 2nd and 5 to open up this second quarter after getting a takeaway. They've had the ball on the Trojan 40-yard line.
Second down's been their worst down. And the first down they've been getting 4 to 5 yards. It's that second down they've been running the ball consistently and losing yards on the play, setting up 3rd and long. And nothing we want to see there. Timeout coming out of a quarter. Let's have you pan down, have Jake pan down to the South Portland sideline, and just to see, we talk a lot about Maine high school football about the sizes of the teams, and just not so much physical size, but just the sheer numbers in South Portland. To see a team like this with a school this size and a program as storied as they are, only having maybe 15 to 20 dress players on the sideline, and that probably includes some freshmen as well.
No, I was going to say the
Tough
good news for is they don't have any freshmen out there, which is good for them. A lot of teams beef up their numbers by putting their freshmen. So South Portland doesn't have their freshman team out there, but still a lack of numbers for a Red Riots team, who's been a pretty good program even in this century so far. Had a tough couple of past 5 years, but before that they were a very good team in the Western Maine. Poole fumbles the snap, and he will just get decked. Looking to throw. Thomas Palmer comes in.
He's hurt.
Poole is down. Thomas Palmer is a big man, and when he puts all his weight on you, you're going to feel it. Poole gets back up, but a little bit shaken up.
Well, South Portland, he fumbled the snap a little bit. That kind of blew up the play, and he still had a chance to throw, but Palmer got in there real quick. I don't know if this was going to be a screenplay. It seems like it's kind of a jailbreak for the Thornton Academy defense, but again, the second down in mid, and they just fail to get it closer, get that first down, and now you have a third down and long, and you're in a poor spot here.
3rd and 10 for South Portland. Still no Kaden Horton, who I would think would be the go-to guy in this situation. South Portland lines up in the pistol with Jones right behind him. The give is going to be to Jones, and he fumbles it. He'll hop right back on it, but still a loss of about 4 yards, and South Portland will have to punt once again with their punter still injured here on the sidelines.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here in this punt formation. Just 2 back-to-back poor plays of holding on to the football.
Horton will limp back onto the field as the Red Riots set up in a formation with no punter.
Thornton Academy not in a block set here at all.
Horton will punt, and it's a very short kick as it goes way out of bounds. Let's see where the referee spots it.
Let's see where he does put it. I haven't seen.
He's still running up on that left sideline.
Yeah, I saw a referee standing at the 30. I said, there's no way it went out to the 30. Boy, that is going to be a negative 1 yard punt. I haven't seen that very often, Cal.
Well, the Trojans will have good possession, field position, I should say, right here, as they come back out onto the field. Not a very good punt that time, trying to keep it away from Bracamonte, but that comes.
That's bad.
Comes with giving the Trojans good field position as Bailey Cottle will get the snap. He's going to run with it. He makes a man miss, bounces off a guy, and gets down to about the 41-yard line. Good carry by Julian Bailey Cottle as he continues to run well with the football.
Similar play that he scored on in the first. It kind of seemed like they're kind of switching between Bailey Cottle and Ophiliu as far as running the football. And when I say bad on the last punt, I mean, we do have to give him a little bit of credit because he does look a little bit injured on that. But good play by the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans. Up 14. It's heard Coach Keys would like at least 2 or 3 more touchdowns here before half, because they've had some mistakes already.
South Portland will jump, and that's going to be an easy 5 for the Trojans as Kobe Gadet goes with the hard count that time, and the Trojans will pick up 5 yards. They'll bring up a 1st and 5 for Thornton Academy.
It's something that we're working on in practice, the hard counts, going on 2 and even 3 sometimes. Pull it out a couple times a game, it really gets the defense on edge. I would not be surprised to see a nice power run here by the Trojans, because after a team goes off sides like that, the last thing they want to do is go off sides again. You sit back even a little bit on your heels in an offensive line, should be able to get a nice push. I'd be shocked if I didn't see a big run here from Julian Bailey Cottle.
Gaudette will line up in the shotgun. Bailey Cottle will get the handoff off tackle to the left side, and he gets negative yardage as he just runs into a South Portland defender over there. I think it was number 64, Nate Ellington over there, who he just ran into, and Bailey Cottle will lose yardage on the play.
2 things there. First of all, not great blocking, obviously, but Bailey Cottle didn't take the right lane there. Yes, I'm sure the play told him to go outside. If he would have cut back inside, a lot of running room there for the junior. So I think that's going to be a kind of a double mistake there by the Trojans. Bad blocking and then a bad choice of running route.
Second and 6 now for Thornton Academy. Bracamonte will join Bailey Cottle in the backfield. He'll get the carry coming to right. He makes it, cuts it back, and he could go. He's at the 10-5, and he will walk into the end zone. Just another off-tackle run to the right side, and Bracamonte basically goes untouched as his speed pulls away, and Thornton Academy gets back in the end zone.
Give him a little bit of space, and he'll take a mile. Gets through that first line of defense, and you heard me say it before he even broke through everybody. You can see the vision, touchdown. Another touchdown for Bracamonte. He's just so hard to bring down. Once he gets to that second level, there's nobody in the state that can catch him. Great play there by the Trojans, and another touchdown for the Maroon and Gold.
Brady Forbes' kick is unblocked this time as he drills it through. And with 9:26 remaining in the first half. Your score is Thornton Academy 21. It's South Portland nothing here on TATV. The Trojans extend their lead on Anthony Bracamonte's second touchdown of the night. Brady Forbes will have to be kicking the other direction now into the wind. But the Trojans' offense looks good, and their defense is looking pretty good after a couple of turnovers gave South Portland good field position.
Ball falls off the tee, getting it to need a holder. First time going against the wind. We'll see how it goes.
Jackson Cochran will come in and hold it for Brady Forbes.
Hope he has some trust in Brady. They probably have some kind of side deal. You kick my finger, you owe me something.
Very short kick this time. They're going to let it bounce, though.
Crush.
And just nowhere to go. Keenan
Look out.
Jones misplayed that punt. And it was number 39 down there. R2 with a big hit on the play.
R2D2. Nah, he hates it when I call him that. But young man from Finland gets a nice tackle. And that's the danger. You know, I wouldn't even say they let the ball bounce. That wind is playing havoc. And it's one thing you can't practice. You can't practice these wind conditions. And so he wanted to catch it, but just like Bracamonte, kind of let it bounce or get in front of him. And tough play there. Great instinct there by R2 to come in and make the big tackle. And South Portland now backed up.
South Portland would have had pretty decent field position, but they're backed up at the 19-yard line. Frank will come in motion. Poole will take the snap. He'll hand it. He'll keep it on the zone read, cuts it back into the middle, and just runs into Ian Patry, who lays a big hit on Poole. And it's going to be a minimal gain for South Portland on first down.
Boy, that was a pick your poison there, because 21 got crushed right after he didn't get the handoff. But if he would have got the ball, he would have got crushed. And instead, the quarterback takes the hit himself. Just great instincts there by the Trojans.
South Portland looking for answers offensively, as after their first drive, they moved the ball, picked up a first down, nothing since. Horton is back out there on offense. Jones will line up to the right as Poole will take a short drop. Pass is complete over here. That's number 44, Ethan McCarthy, with a completed pass, and South Portland picks up a pretty good gain. It's going to bring up a third and short, or are they going to give it to him?
He got the first down.
First down, South Portland. Good play right there. Poole to McCarthy.
Thornton Academy playing a little zone defense and found the soft spot in the zone and made a complete pass. Football's a pretty simple game sometimes when you execute like that. First down, Red Riots, as we hit around 8.5 minutes to go, second quarter.
The passing attack has been pretty successful in the first half for South Portland. Isaac Sobey will come in motion. Poole will keep it and just rip to the ground. That's the speed of Thomas Palmer. That's how fast he can get into the backfield, and that's how fast you can find yourself on the ground. A 3-yard loss for South Portland on first down.
You know, it's just the kind of player that Thornton Academy hasn't had. You know, when you think of some of the great, nose tackles in the last few years, you had Quinlan O'Brien. You had the other one I'm thinking of, Eli Ayotte. Okay, guys like him. But they were more of, taking up space. They'd make great tackles. But Palmer's got this speed that he just bursts through that line. But he's got the size. He's a physical specimen down there. And he's a great asset to have for that TA defensive line.
Poole will pass it quickly on the slant pattern. Luckily, that was incomplete because
23 is about to get killed.
Ethan Geekius was about to lay the hammer on Frank. But South Portland will get a third and long right here, about a 3rd and 13. Let's see what the Red Riots can do. They'd had success in that intermediate passing game, but nothing downfield. They tried that one pass downfield. It was well underthrown. And let's see, South Portland looking for answers here on 3rd and long.
Throwing with the wind has his own challenges, too. That ball was coming in hot. And throwing with the wind, you got to be careful because you can overthrow your guy and throw it right into a safety's hands.
Poole will take the snap. Screen pass is complete. That's number 3, Cole Bellavives. He'll pick up about a 5-yard gain on the play, but still bring up a 4th down for South Portland, who's forced to punt once again.
Straightforward play there. They've done that now. They did that almost exact play on another 3rd down, and it's almost like they're just trying to hope for a TA defender to fall down or something, because it's a little too easy there for the Trojans to make the tackle. They actually kind of fell on that play. Another 4th down, and see if they have a different punter out there right now.
Yeah, I think Horton has left the field. It's going to be Frank to punt. Gets it off. It's going to go out of bounds.
It's not going to be much farther than the last one.
Yeah, it's going to be about, I would say, about a 6-7 yard punt. Let's see what the referee spots it.
Oh, there he goes. There goes the official. It's almost like the Mountie game there, and Price is right. Oh, he gets to the 40-yard line. The Yodeler game. those who watch Price is Right at home, they know what I'm talking about. The Yodeler game. The guy goes all the way. You don't know where he's going to stop. He gets to the 40-yard line for Thornton Academy.
It is about a 6-7 yard punt.
I'm not going to yodel for you, Cal. Maybe if it's the second half, maybe I'll bring it up on my phone and play it in the microphone. But
Afilu back out there as him and Bailey Cottle continue to switch drives. Afilu will get the handoff up the middle. He runs low, ripped to the ground. Ellington once again, he's had a good night defensively for South Portland. About a 6-yard pickup, 7-yard pickup for Isaac Afilu as a chunk gain on first down.
We'll see what Afilu can do. He has not scored yet here today. Thornton Academy's got 21 points, but they haven't gone to the full house formation or even had a first and goal. Or I guess they did have one first and goal where they threw it to Bracamonte, but no short runs yet.
3rd and 3 for Thornton Academy.
Second down.
2nd down and 3, I should say. The give is to Afilu up the middle, and he just carries guys with him. He gets about a 10-yard pickup. First down for Thornton Academy as a ground attack is looking really good early for Thornton Academy.
More than any player I've ever seen in Thornton Academy, except maybe Andrew Libby, is how often when Isaac runs the ball that the defender who tackles him ends up on his back. And he just loves to run kids over. He's a big physical kid. Just now coming into his own at the running back position, who still came up from Georgia last year, was very raw, and is turning into quite a running back.
The Trojans are at the 23-yard line as they continue to move. Gaudet will hand it to Afilu off tackle as he cuts it back inside. Good tackle there by Poole, who steps up and takes out Afilu at the knees. He had some speed, but still a 5-yard pickup on the play.
But if you look at him, it took a lot out of him to tackle him. Afilu is all legs, and those legs running into you, I don't care if you got pads on, that's going to hurt. And he makes you not want to tackle him. So number one makes a tackle, but he paid for that. Clock still moving, just over 5 minutes to go here, first half.
Gaudet will take the shotgun snap. He'll keep it this time in the zone read. He's got space, cuts it back inside, and he goes into the end zone. Just a simple zone read as the defense was thinking of Afilu once again. Gaudet pulls it out of the belly and goes into the end zone as the Trojans add to their lead.
Great play by Gaudet. I mean, you saw at the last second he pulled it out from Afilu and ran it, and Rain Bagadoo, who had the fumble earlier, makes up for it with a great block downfield. And Kobe cuts inside and scores the touchdown. So TA again putting up big numbers here in this first half.
Forbes on for the extra point once again. Low snap, Gaudet gets it down, and Forbes knocks it through with 5:05 remaining in the first half. It's Thornton Academy 28, and it's South Portland nothing here on TATV.
Told you I'd bring it out, Cal. 20-0 in the first half. Just a little intro music from the Price is Right Yodeler game, just in case anybody didn't know the reference there. Back to you now, 20-0.
Well, thank you for that as the ball falls
I'm
off
going to do
the
intro
tee.
music now every time we come
Once
in. I'll find
again,
something else.
definitely a good addition to the broadcast tonight.
Next we'll move on to Jeopardy, okay? I got some stuff.
As Forbes, another short kick coming in this direction. Got some running room this time as Jones powers it up the middle. He got about the 29-yard line. South Portland offense still looking for some more answers. Get Poole outside the pocket, I say. Get some receivers on some crossing routes and see what they can do. It's been the only source of production for the South Portland offense so far.
Kostagikis finished up that tackle there. You can see him rip him to the ground. And again, I want to give a shout out. The Thornton Academy kickoff team has been excellent this year as they've kicked off quite a bit from all the touchdowns that they've scored. And again, last year, a lot of times they've been giving up big gainers. This year, it's really only one time I could even remember a team getting to the 40. So great job by them. They're very aggressive. That's what you have to be on a kickoff team. And if you're Coach Kiesel, what you love here, get the ball back, score a touchdown again before half, and you get the ball after halftime, a little 2-for-1 deal.
Frank comes in motion as Poole's in the pistol. That gives to Jones, and Costa Geekus just eats him up. Loss of a yard on the play, and South Portland's running attack has done nothing against this strong TA front.
Problem with you may say, oh, just keep going, just keep throwing the ball. The problem is, if you throw those balls incomplete, you could have some quick 3 and outs, and all of a sudden Thornton Academy gets 2 more possessions here, and they've scored in every possession so far, besides the ones that they turned the ball over. And you want to shorten this game up. I mean, it's tough to say. You're down 28-0. Chances of you coming back in the game are very slim. You want to shorten this game as possible. You don't want this game to get out of hand too much. So running the football, at least choose some clock here if you end up not getting too many first downs.
That's going to be a flag right there as 2 guys were in motion. Frank trying to get the edge, and Thomas Palmer says, hello, you're not getting the edge on me, and rips him to the ground. I bet the Trojans will decline this penalty as the Red Riots had 2 guys in motion before the snap, and South Portland's going to be looking at a 3rd and about 20.
It's a drive killer right there. You can't have, not only the penalty, but just no chance. And just play after play after play. This Thornton Academy defense is wearing down South Portland. In that first drive, South Portland had their best plays. Got a couple first downs since then. And still see 5 on the sideline here. Does not look like he's going to come back tonight.
That's a big blow for this South Portland team, both sides of the ball and special teams.
Already missing, looking at some of the numbers that are out, 12, 3, 22, 34, all guys who get some playing time, and 32.
Poole will take the shotgun snap.
Oh,
he'll just hand it.
God.
And Thomas Palmer is there once again. Keenan Jones looking for somewhere to go, but there is nowhere to go. As Thomas Palmer in his familiar territory, that's in the backfield. Now South Portland's got to punt again.
Gosh, I mean, he's just an animal. That's the only way to describe him, is an animal. And it's almost tough to watch at some point, but it's just such a great play by Palmer, and you have to give him credit. And he's bigger and more physical than the opponent. You got to tip your cap when he puts the plays, some highlight reel plays like that. Bagadoo almost got there.
Yeah, he came unblocked as Geekus will get this punt, and he's going to wall set up on that far sideline. If he can get to it, it's going to be an easy touchdown. He gets to that wall, kind of collapses on him as he gets tripped down at about the 24-yard line. TA is usually very good with that wall. South Portland was able to break it at that time, though, and the Trojans still have very good field position at the South Portland 24-yard line.
That time it was just a little too long to develop. The wall was there at the right time, but Geekus had to go around the edge and kind of go around Bracamonte, and that's why it broke down. But still, good return there. Thornton Academy at the 24-yard line looking to get that elusive 35th point to get running time in the second half.
Geekus will come in motion this time. He'll get the jet sweep. And good play over there, number 8 down there. That's Luca Desjardins. He pushes Rain Bagadoo back and just got the initial hit on Geekus, and then his buddies helped him clean up. But good play over there by Desjardins to set up that tackle.
2:50 to go here first half. See if Thornton Academy can punch in another touchdown before this halftime.
Got it. We'll take the snap. Quick pass out to Peyton Jones. Good hookup as he gets ripped down from behind. That's Frank on the tackle. But Jones, I believe that's his only first or second catch on the season. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 for the Trojans.
He might have got a jet sweep last week as well. I'm pretty sure, maybe one pass, but he's the kind of guy. He's the guy that you're going to see more of. Jackson Cochran and Peyton Jones. They haven't had to throw to him too much, but you may want to see some of it in the late first half, early second half here, because they're going to need another option besides Bracamonte against the better teams once they play them. There's no question about that.
Here comes the full house backfield. It's Dow, Patry in the middle, and then Costa Geekus. They've been giving the ball to Costa Geekus in the early quarters. This time to go the other way. It's Dow. He picks up the first down. but he's knocked down. Good tackle there by Frank, but a first down for the Trojans as they continue this drive.
Yeah, I think it's already the longest drive of the season, of the game for Thornton Academy, and they're probably content with using the rest of this clock and punching it in because as well as defense has played, they've been on the field for most of it, and you can't complain about a 35-0 lead at halftime.
Coach Agresti will take a timeout over there on the sidelines. We'll take it too with 2:05 remaining in this first half. It's Thornton Academy 28, and it's South Portland 0 here on TATV. Trojans have a 1st and 10 to go here on the South Portland 12-yard line. Here's the Jim Toomey special. You get a first down.
But not a touchdown.
Gaudette will look to throw. He's got Geekus. He's got a blocker in front of him, and he gets ripped out of bounds. Good play over there. I believe that's Desjardins again, who pushes Geekus, I should say, out of bounds. Only about a 1-yard pickup on the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was a missed block or something out there because it seemed to be, Bracamonte had someone to block, but there was an extra defensive back over there that nobody was assigned to block, or at least missed it. So not really a play that had a big chance of success. Still 2nd down and 4-down territory for the Trojans. 2 minutes to go, plenty of time. You don't have to worry about it. They still have 2 timeouts remaining as well.
Another jump in there by South Portland as TO pick up 5 yards. Good job there by the offensive line to stay disciplined and make the defense jump. TA will make that 2nd and 9, a 2nd and 4. Good work there by the Trojans.
Still the wind howling here. I can't say it's much colder than it was earlier, even since the sun went down. It still feels, it's the last day of summer technically today, so it sure doesn't feel like it, but.
Got it, will take the snap. Peyton Jones on the slant into the big strong hands. One-on-one coverage on Peyton Jones. That's not going to work. Little slant pattern. And Gaudette with a bullet to Jones as he rips it in as the Trojans extend their lead.
Great throw by Gaudette, something we haven't seen much, that inside slant. He did have to throw it over a linebacker and it kind of hummed it right in there. And great catch by Peyton Jones. And I guess if you're another team, you're looking at this film and you see, geez, we got to start game planning for Peyton Jones too. This is another layer that you have to prepare for against these Golden Trojans.
Forbes to try to tack on the important 35th point. His kick is up, and he drills it right through with 1:55 remaining in the first half. It's Thornton Academy 35, and it's South Portland 0 here on TATV. Got it to Peyton Jones as he gets into the end zone for the first time this season. As Brady Forbes to kick off once again, 1:55 remaining in this first half. Jones will pick up the return, and he'll only get it out to about the 23-yard line. 1:48 to go. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a couple runs from South Portland as they're more than willing to go into the halftime room.
And I don't think Coach Kiesel calls the timeouts. I think 35 is kind of the magic number because you get that running time in the second half. And what Thornton Academy has done in the past, this few times this year, is played the starters for 1 or 2 possessions in the second half and then put in some of the backups.
Yeah, I don't expect the timeout either, especially when you get the ball to open up that second half. Already up by 35, you'll start with running time, able to add on a insurance touchdown if you get scored on that first drive. Poole will keep it on the fake jet sweep up the middle. Pretty good gain on the play. Ripped down that time by Cole Paulin as he helps him up. Not a bad rush there on first down by Poole.
Now, Coach Kiesel's not very happy with somebody there. I think that hole was kind of, I think someone got too far upfield. The thing with Poole is every time he gets those gainers, though, he's getting punished. Those tackles by Thornton Academy. It's the most aggressive Thornton Academy defense I've seen in a long time. They've had some skill back there in the past, especially in the state championship years, but this team, there's just nasty. You haven't seen that kind of edge from TA for a while, and it's great to see.
Poole will take the shotgun snap. He's going to hand it up the middle. That's Jones He gets about 1 or 2 yards, but that's it. As Thomas Palmer and Ian Patry are there to meet him.
Yeah, both teams content really to take this one to the locker room, which is what you want to see.
Most likely the last play of the first half. Frank is the motion man. Poole will keep it on the jet sweep. Kostakikis rips him to the ground, and I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, they won't blow it here.
For the first half.
Yeah, they won't blow it in play until now there's less than 25 seconds.
Ten seconds remaining. And South Portland's offense is walking off the field as the halftime buzzer sounds. Your score, it's Thornton Academy 35. It's South Portland nothing here on TATV.
Well, it's halftime here as Thornton Academy finishes up their stretch up 35-0. We'll bring in Cal Cristoforo, and Cal will talk a little bit about the upcoming schedule here for Thornton Academy. So far, so good for the Trojans. And coming up, they play at Windham next week. We won't have coverage of that game. Probably not going to be much of a close game just from Windham. They've had, one of the worst years that I can remember for them. A team that won the state championship back in 2009 has been a perennial contender. Went to the state championship game last year from the north. And this year, struggling to score points and lost to Bangor as well. So Thornton Academy with the Windham game. And then finally, we get some, at least on paper, some close matchups. Thornton Academy facing off against Scarborough at home. That game is going to be a 3 o'clock start at Hill Stadium because of SATs that day.
I'll be right here, South Portland High School, SATs.
Oh, good luck with
Catch
that.
me at 8 a.m.
I'll tell you one thing about being an adult, I don't miss taking tests whatsoever. So good luck with all that. And then after that, at Bonnie Eagle, week 7 should be a big game. That could be for the #1 seed. And then week 8 is homecoming weekend. That'll be a home game against the Sanford Spartans, who tonight are in a tight battle.
With Edward Little.
With Edward Little. Sorry, I couldn't think. I thought it was Oxford Hills and coming through, but interesting
They
score.
already beat Oxford Hills. There's a good team up there in the north.
Interesting score tonight is Massabesic holding strong with Bonnie Eagle down 20-7 at halftime. Could it be an upset? I don't know, but here's a second half kickoff with Cal Cristoforo.
And Bracamonte will get it. He's going to look to break it to the outside. He gets the edge. Got a couple guys to beat. Spin moves and push it out of bounds. Looks like Bracamonte. I thought Bracamonte could get a little more dance in there, kind of break that. But still good field position for the Trojans as they open up on their own 38-yard line.
I think it's just like a video game for him. He's just seeing what Madden button should I press. He does a spin move there. Doesn't get him a whole lot of yards, but Thornton Academy now will start at their own 38, and we will have running time to start this third quarter. And again, what Thornton Academy has been doing has been playing the starters one series. We'll see if they do maybe 2 here. Get up to the, if they can score touchdowns in each of those, get up to 49.
Afilu will start at running back in the second half. He'll get the handoff right at the middle with speed, and he gets ripped down. Good hit there. I think it was just Jardins again, number 8, making a play for South Portland. Good first down run, though, for Afilu as he picks up 5.
I would say this is a semi-important drive for TA. Not in the context of this game, 35-0 game's pretty much well in hand. But Coach Kiesel, that was a decently long halftime break. It is a little chilly tonight. And Coach Kiesel wants them to get into good habits. And against good teams, every possession is going to matter. So you don't want to come out here and be flat on your first offensive possession after about a 25-minute break.
Pistol set this time. Afilu will get the handoff again. Breaks a good gain. I thought he was going to break it for some more. Still going. Gets down to the South Portland 37-yard line.
And that play was made by Anson Robichaud, 77, as he kind of pulled there and crushed the defensive end or the cornerback. I couldn't see it there live, and opened up that play for Afilu, who just keeps his legs moving, and that's what you want to see at any level of football. Good start here for the Trojans, just pounding the rock here against South Portland.
Afilu is hard to bring down. His size and his speed and his strength are a devastating combination as he gets the first two handles in the second half. He'll be behind Kobe, got it in the pistol formation. Mador will be the man in motion. Afilu will get it going to the left side. Good kick-out block by Jack Rogers. And Afilu's ripped down, but not after another impressive run and a Thornton Academy first down.
Good tackle from behind, and unlike most other running backs, Afilu, you cannot let him get ahead of steam. He is so tough to bring down, and he is running downhill right now, and a great showing by the junior. Just a methodical drive here by the Trojans, trying to get that 6th touchdown of the game.
Trojans once again come out in the pistol. Bagadoo and Bracamonte off to this right side. Afilu's going to get the ball right up the middle. Cuts it outside, but gets hit. Tried to bounce off a tackle there and get outside. Good tackle there by number 25 for South Portland, Theo Burns, with a hit on Afilu. Only a 2-yard pickup on the play.
So Afilu shows a couple great runs there and then shows he's still a little bit inexperienced there. As much as he gets to the line, doesn't have anywhere to go. He goes backwards. That's just not a smart play there. He's going to get a tackle for a little bit of a loss. I know he's just trying to make a play, but Coach Kiesel and Coach Agresti, especially the offensive coordinator, and hopefully Coach Pulsifer as well, the running backs coach, will tell him, don't go backwards ever.
Afilu this time will get the carry off to the left side. Picks up another first down for Thornton Academy, as he's been the go-to guy on this opening drive. They just keep giving him the football, and he keeps showing results.
I think it's going to be a little short of a first down. And again, Afilu, if he would have bounced that outside, I think he would have had a touchdown. It was great blocking on the far sideline. But he chose to cut inside and gets, 7 yards on that play, 3rd down and 1. Again, 4-down territory. Let's see if we're going to see we're not going to see the full house formation. Still haven't seen it yet tonight. When's the last time the Thornton Academy? Oh, maybe one time. Okay, I don't remember seeing it, but.
Afilu up the middle once again. Off to that left side, dragged down. Good initial hit over there by Anthony Poole to slow him down. Then some more Red Riots went over to clean him up, but another first down by Isaac Afilu in the Thornton Academy rushing game.
That's just great blocking there by Thornton Academy. Afilu was, before he took 4 or 5 steps, he's already 5 yards past the first down marker before any contact was initiated by South Portland. Just a great run by Afilu, and it just kind of exclusively is feeding the rock to the big fella today in this drive here.
Got it to Afilu once again, off tackle play to the right side, cuts it in. Looked like he was going to go outside. He had more room that way, but decides to cut it back to the middle of the field, brought down about the 3-yard line. And the Trojans will have a second goal from the 3.
Rain Bagadoo, good blocking there. If he would have held this block a little bit longer, probably would have been a touchdown. That's one thing these wide receivers for Thornton Academy need to do. You need to be a physical blocker downfield. And Bagadoo's done a good job blocking so far. Would have been a little bit, hold on a little longer, probably would have been in the end zone there.
Afilu definitely looks tired now as he goes to the line of scrimmage. Just one more rush for him. If they get it to him, probably, and he'll get a break if he can punch it in. They're going to give it to him right at the middle, and he does get in. Isaac Afilu with a 3-yard touchdown for Thornton Academy.
Just a great try by Afilu, and he's going to be a tired boy coming off that field. But he deserves the touchdown after carrying the rock every single play. Just a great play by Thornton Academy to come out here, pound the rock, and get another touchdown.
Afilu slow off the field. Hopefully next drive will be Julian Bailey Coddles.
He thinks so too, probably.
As Brady Forbes tries to keep his perfect streak of extra points alive. Went 9 for 9 last week, I should say. And starts this week off 6 for 6 as he drills it through. Your score with 6:42 to go in the third quarter. It's Thornton Academy 42, and it's South Portland nothing here on TA. Good drive there by Isaac Afilu in this Thornton Academy offense. As they extend their lead to 42 to nothing, Brady Forbes will kick off once again, still going against the wind. Line drive kick that time. Played on a hop by Josh Frank as he cuts it back inside but runs into Cole Paulin. And the Red Riots will set up on their own 24-yard line.
See what South Portland does. I mean, they've even been longer without an offensive play just in actual time, and see what they come out with here. Clock is running already, 6:30 to go. It's going to be a very quick second half here.
South Portland has had not a lot of success running the ball whatsoever, as the first-team Trojan defense will stay out there.
Well, that's the thing. It's interesting. So this week, Thornton Academy, so South Portland's already canceled the JV game, found another game to play. Thornton Academy does, I believe they have a team from Massachusetts coming up, but with this running time, as good as it is, you don't get the JVs too much burn. I mean, they really get maybe 1 or 2 drives out of it. And so it's interesting to see they need some more playing time on those JV games. You don't get to see. Now, it definitely shortens the game, which is a good thing in a blowout.
Sad news for South Portland as Kaden Horton is done for the day. He's walking off the field in street clothes as Frank that time gets a pitch out to the right side, gets 2 yards at most over there. Jones, I should say, he got the toss. But no gain on the play, and South Portland's looking at a 2nd and 10.
At this point, down 42-0. You know, if you don't think you can get some very positive plays for South Portland, you're just hoping to get out without any injuries. It's just an unfortunate reality right now. There's just such a gulf in class between the top couple teams in Class A and the rest. Class B, you have a lot of competition. Maybe not in the state game, but certainly week to week. And Class A, it seems to be maybe one game between North and South with any sort of competition.
Pool up the middle, nowhere to go. On the fake jet sweep, loss of 1 yard on the play.
Kind of simplistic offense right now for South Portland. They came out with some decent passes and some plays. They just weren't able to put enough together. Even with a couple Thornton Academy turnovers, unable to sniff the end zone.
The TA first-team defense looking to keep their scoreless streak alive.
It's going to be a delay of game here, you'd think, unless they reset the play clock for some reason.
No delay of game as Poole takes a snap, looking to throw way behind Frank that time. Kind of a late tackle by Eli Arsenal, but no flag down as South Portland will be in a 4th and 11 situation, and they'll be forced to punt away again.
So Cal, you get to talk to some of the players off the field, some of the guys on the team. What do they think of the running time in terms of the JV guys not being, getting a whole lot of playing time during the varsity games?
Well, I think the running time is good. I mean, the first team guys gets the shorter second half. In a blowout game, it's not really needed, this extra time. The JV players, they want to get in the games, but if you're getting in the games 42-0, I mean, it's not that really big and critical moments for them. They want to get that varsity time in, but it's still not that important to them. They still play in the JV games. So I think the running time is great all around. Gets the game done earlier. And the only thing is it does limit that JV time, but they still have their own JV games.
Looks like we're going to have the backup offense here for Thornton Academy coming out here. Not surprising. It's kind of been the practice for Coach Kiesel. And again, we'll see how that affects them. It comes to later in the season when you play the Bonnie Eagles and Scarboroughs and maybe don't have running time, and you're going to have these guys playing a full game for the first time. We'll see how that turns out.
Well, it's Pomerleau in Jordan in the backfield. That's been the combo. Jordan will get the handoff up the middle. He gets a pretty good gain on first down. He'll get about 8 yards on the rush. That's Michael Jordan, number 45, just a sophomore for Thornton Academy.
Now, Michael Jordan has had some good runs in this season so far. He had a long touchdown run. I believe it was the first home game, maybe the second home game last week against Massachusetts. I don't think it was the first game. And so he's getting some good time here and showing what he can do. A couple guys ahead of him for some running backs, but
Pomerleau will give the snap once again. He'll give it to Jordan, bounced off the left side. He's got some run pictures of the first down and more. Gain of about 8 on the play for Michael Jordan, who's put together back-to-back good carries.
What you're looking for here, too, is the offensive line, because it's the position that you're most likely to have an injury in, and the starters, and you want to see how these guys perform here in the second team. So far, so good on 2 plays for the Trojans, running the ball. Quick time, only a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter, as this game's going to quickly run downhill as far as the time left.
Pomerleau will keep it this time on the zone read. He only gets about a yard or two on the play. Just a simple zone read that time. Pomerleau decided to keep it, and he'll get a short gain.
Player down for Thornton Academy. Comes Tony Giordano to check it out. We'll say, don't want to jinx it, but Thornton Academy, very few injuries this year. Usually what you have is the tub club, guys that are injured and they're in the tubs trying to get better. The hot in the cold tub. That's what I mean. I know it's a football term, and you see a lot of them on the sideline. Really, hardly any this year. They've been pretty lucky without any injuries.
That's R2 down on the field, number 39, as Coach Kiesel comes out. And we'll take a timeout here as they help R2 get off the field. With 1:08 to go in the third quarter, it's Thornton Academy 42. It's South Portland nothing here on TATV. And we're back as they help the injured player get off the field. 2nd and 7 for Hayden Pomerleau in this offense. He's going to give it. He's going to keep it. Should have gave it that time to Jordan, and he's ripped down for a loss on the play. It's going to be a bring up of about a 3rd and 11 for Thornton Academy.
Yeah, not much to go there. Even if we would have given that, I don't think there's much in that play there. South Portland, with the backup players in for Thornton Academy, can cheat a little bit and probably put few more guys in the box there, knowing that the run's going, as we see the TA coaches down below heading from the booth down to the field. That's what they've been doing a lot this year, coming down before the fourth quarter begins, as the game is well in hand at this point.
Pomerleau's taking his time getting this play off. Trojans now with some sense of urgency as they hustle to the line. Pomerleau will take the snap. He's going to hand it to Jordan off that left sideline, cuts it back in the middle, ripped to the ground after about a 6-yard pickup. It's going to bring about a 4th and 4, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with 12 minutes to go in the football game. It's Thornton Academy 42, and it's South Portland nothing here on TATV. 4th and about 6 to go for Thornton Academy as their offense will stay on the field. No reason to bring out Grant Dow and the punting unit. Pomerleau will take the snap. He'll keep it on the zone read, and he gets run into over there. Good play over there by just Jardins, who's had a pretty good night defensively for South Portland, as there'll be a turnover on downs for Thornton Academy, and the South Portland offense will come back onto the field.
Boys and girls, the winner of tonight's 50-50 will get $202. I'll call the number out after the next play.
South Portland offense still looking for answers as time continues to tick down after the turnover on downs.
Well, if you just look at the scores, Thornton Academy, it looks like they're going to put up the fewest points of the season so far. However, it's no less a dominating performance. Really, the only issues coming out of this game are the 2 turnovers you saw, one by Bracamani on a punt, which I'm going to give more credit to the win than anything else, and then Rain Bagadoo also with a fumble near midfield, which, of course, Coach Kiesel will harp on a little bit. Other than that, a pretty flawless performance on all sides of the ball for the Trojans. Defense was phenomenal tonight, again.
Second team offense for Southport. Luca Desjardins is now in at cornerback. He'll toss it to Ethan McCarthy, looking for the edge. He'll get a pretty good gain out of the play. He's ripped down about the 46-yard line for South Portland. Good play right there as Ethan Desjardins pitches it to Ethan McCarthy, and he gets a good gain. Good pot for the 50-50 tonight, $202 as that gets announced. Luca Desjardins back at quarterback. He'll hand it up the middle. That's number 20, Seamus Cole. He'll get 1 to 2 yards on the small gain on the play on first down.
Good play there by the Thornton Academy defense. We're seeing a lot of substitutions coming in already. No, you like to keep the shutout, obviously, but you never know what could happen here with the backups in. Looking over to the right, I feel like there are more students here for South Portland now than there were at the beginning of the game. I know there are other sports going on here tonight. Maybe they came from another venue.
Well, if they came in late, they missed a good, strong first half for Thornton Academy as Seamus Cole gets the handoff back up the middle. He'll be close to a first down on the second down carry as time ticks now. Under 9 minutes to play in the football game. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for South Portland. Most of the TA student section that was here had left. Third and 1 for South Portland. Desjardins in at quarterback in the shotgun. Cole to the right. Desjardins will take the snap. He'll go right up the middle. He'll pick up the first down. Then he gets hit. Isaac Dupuis, the senior, he'll step up and make the tackle.
Desjardins on the keeper. Play is good for South Portland. First down.
South Portland picks up a first down as time continues to tick down. Flag on the play. They're going to call a delay game here on South Portland. Not sure what the call is going to be. It's going to be a sideline warning on Thornton Academy over there. No flag, just a warning.
I'm sure Coach Kiesel loves that late in the game here. 7:57 to go.
Sideline warning. Still first and 10.
This Jordan hands it to Cole up the middle. He's got a pretty good hole that time. Ripped down by 76. That's Ethan Stevens, I believe.
It's a good play by Stevens there. Grabbed the shirt, and that could have been a decent gain there for South Portland, but Stevens, nice play there, grabbing the shirt.
Correction, 76 is Thomas Philbrook.
Thomas Philbrook, senior, right?
Yes, senior Thomas Philbrook. Stevens is 78. He's out there as well, I believe.
Well, there goes your perfect game, Tal. Sorry, you had a perfect game until then.
Well, nevertheless, a 5-yard pickup. We'll skip over that. Desjardins goes down on the knee, and they're going to call him down. Low snap went down on the knee before he pitches it to Cole. They're going to call that down right where it is. It's going to be a big loss, 5-yard loss on the play for the Red Riots.
So South Portland, the positive for them is this is the last tough game they have this year. They've now played Scarborough, Bonnie Eagle, and Thornton Academy. Not to say they don't have kind of tough games, but the big three, and the rest of their schedule, they have some winnable games. And it's crazy to think we're halfway through this regular season already. Whereas Thornton Academy has got the tough teams coming up here. Not next week, but 2 weeks after that.
Not necessarily a bad thing to have those teams at the end of the season, get some stuff figured out, get some film on the other teams. If you get them out of the way early, both teams come in a little unprepared. Desjardins will fumble the snap once again, nowhere to go. Cuts it to the outside. Now he's got a little bit of a hole. Cuts it back inside. Good gain on the play. He'll get close to a first down, about an 8-yard pickup. It's going to be a 4th and short for South Portland.
Yeah, it's interesting talking to Coach Kiesel. Would you rather have tough games at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year? And I think with a team like this, I think almost any team, you'd rather have the tough games at the end, get ready for the playoffs. So you have those teams week 1, week 2, and blowouts the rest of the way. It's tough to get any momentum rolling into the playoffs.
4th and short for South Portland. 5.5 minutes remain as time continues to tick in running time.
Might be their only chance here to score. They're going to get one.
Desjardins will fumble the snap once again. He'll get ripped down in the backfield.
Great play.
Desjardins having trouble handling the snap, and that time it costs them as the South Portland Red Riots will turn it over on downs.
Great play there by the TA defense. Again, these guys sitting on the sideline for 3 or 2.5 quarters. They come in, make a nice 4th down stop, and preserve the shutout at this point. Great play there by team defense there by the Trojans. After South Portland had a few big plays starting that drive. But still, what's the biggest play tonight by South Portland? Maybe 10, 11 yards, if that. That's something that they haven't allowed all year, and tonight was no different.
Under 5 minutes to play. That South Portland impressive first drive where they picked up a first down. Then had a couple of things where they shot themselves in the foot. But that seems like a long time ago now. As the Trojans were just running from that Colby Bolduc is the motion man. He'll get the handoff. He'll cut it outside. He'll get ripped to the ground, though. Good play over there by number 13, Connor Dobson, to rip down Colby Bolduc trying to get to the edge.
Colby Bolduc is one of those kids, remember his name. Heard some coaches who are pretty excited about his prospects next year, especially. Kind of a shifty back like we saw from Ben Lambert, Dylan Morton, guys like that in the previous years. He might actually even play some X next year. We'll see about that.
Well, he was out there on the first-team defense. He got some first-team defensive snaps tonight. So already making an impact on defense. Pomerleau in the pistol. They give us to Jordan up the middle. Another good hole for Jordan as he picks up a pretty good gain on 2nd and 10. It's going to bring up a 3rd and median for Thornton Academy.
See if they can get this first down. I think if they get one first down, this game is over. At this point, you want the shutout. I don't care who's on the field. You want the shutout at this point. You get one first down, you can guarantee that.
Third and 4. 3rd and a short 4. Looks like about 3rd and 3. Jordan to the left side of Pomerleau. He'll get the carry. He'll pick up the first down and a lot more. He's getting to the edge. One guy to beat. He's at the 25-20. Gets tripped up on the play. Good job there that time. It's Connor Dobson who just one last effort reached down and brought him down to the ground as Michael Jordan with another good run. He's been running the ball well when these second-teamers come in.
An audible gasp from the crowd here at at South Portland, but Thornton Academy fans, as they thought Jordan was going to go to the house there. We'll see if they're running more plays. They might just take some knees here. But still 2:40 to go. I guess maybe they wouldn't, but we'll see if they can get one more score here on the board. And this is always a classic case. Are they running the score up? No, they're just running their plays. These kids are out here fighting just as hard as anybody else. So you're not throwing the ball, not doing anything crazy. You run up the middle and you bust one for a touchdown. That's nobody's fault.
Jordan once again, just kidding. It's going to be Pomerleau on the QB keeper, and he gets in a zone read that time. South Portland's defense bought as I did as Pomerleau walks into the end zone. Just a simple zone read there. Pomerleau read the defense excellently and goes into the end zone as the Trojans extend their lead.
Nice drive there by the Trojans. Michael Jordan and then Pomerleau get that 7th touchdown of the game.
No reason to bring out Brady Forbes in the first team, extra point team.
He may just see a knee here too. They've done that before in the past.
We'll go for 2. They're in the pistol set. It's going to be a give to Jordan up the middle, and he's in for the 2-point conversion.
Is he? Yep, there it is.
As with 2:14 remaining in the game, it's Thornton Academy 50, and it's South Portland nothing here on TATV.
Cheerleaders have had a busy night of doing push-ups tonight. Great job by the ladies as they're out here every game supporting Thornton Academy. As we see one more kickoff. JV kickoff out there for Thornton Academy.
Brady Forbes thought his night was over, but he's going to get out and boot it one more time as 2:14 remain in the game.
I thought they'd start the clock. Maybe we could run the clock out just by holding the football until the game's over, but doesn't start till the ball's put into play.
Forbes once again needs a holder for his kickoff. Once again kicking with the wind. Drills it this time, and that's going to be bounce and go into the end zone for, I believe, his 3rd touchback of the night. Good work by Brady Forbes, kicking the ball very well tonight.
Solid year so far for Forbes. No question about it. Once they set that ball, they'll start the clock.
South Portland, with their second-team offense to trot back onto the field, South Portland loses this game 50-0, most likely. And another injury for South Portland that's going to really hurt them. That's Kaden Horton. Not only is he their tight end who's caught a lot of passes this year, from Anthony Poole. He's one of their best defenders, and he's their punter, so that's a big loss for the Red Riots going forward. I don't know the extent of his injury, but he got hit in that first quarter on a seam pass by Ethan Geekus coming from a safety position and hasn't returned. Jardins will just take the QB power up the middle, rip down to the ground after a 3-yard pickup. But that's a big loss for this South Portland team, a guy like Horton who contributes on all facets of the game. Under 2 minutes to play in the game. Thornton Academy with a 50-0 showing tonight. Defense really well once again after that first drive. South Portland kind of stopped passing the ball as much as they did. They tried to run the ball. There's just nothing to happen when you have Thomas Palmer on your side. Jardins in the pistol set. He'll take the snap. He'll pitch it out. That's 20 once again. That's same as Cole. And he gets knocked down after a 2-yard pickup.
Give you one small consolation for South Portland. They took care of the ball tonight. No turnovers for the Red Riots.
Under a minute to play, 2 plays remaining in this game. The pitch out once again, it's Ethan McCarthy on that little toss. He's trying to get to the edge, ripped down to the ground. Good play over there by number 19 for Thornton Academy. That's Gabe Older with a good play to hold on to McCarthy and rip him to the ground. As we're under 30 seconds to play, I'm not sure if South Portland's going to run one more play. I believe they will. I believe they won't, actually. As that's going to do it for this game. Thornton Academy with an impressive showing on offense and defense once again pitching a shutout as the defense looks sharp from the beginning and to the end.
Nothing else to say about that. 50-0 solid victory. A couple turnovers. Other than that, flawless performance by the Trojans. They keep marching on, looking big favorites against Windham next week. And then some big matchups at home against Scarborough and on the road against Bonnie Eagle. Well, for all of us here at Thornton Academy TV, for Jake Paulette and Kyle Christoforo, Jeff Christianberry saying good night, and final score, Thornton Academy 50 and South Portland 0.